Hello, and welcome to the Women Advancing Live podcast. Here you can listen to the unique stories of the women who make live events a reality. These conversations feature talented professionals such as concert photographers, VIP coordinators, tour managers, and more. I'm your host, Lisa, a live events and touring professional. I strive to help other women who aspire to work in the world of live music. In this week's episode of Women Advancing Live, I chat with Assistant Tour Manager and VIP Manager, Justine Randle. Justine has been involved in the live event industry for many years and got her start by volunteering at festivals. She has gone on to work various roles in live events, such as box office, hospitality, and VIP, and in 2022 went out on her first tour for Card as an Assistant Tour Manager. Since then, she has gone on to work various tours for artists such as NCT 127, Mamamoo, Lauryn Hill, and Woods, to name a few. You can follow and connect with Justine over on Instagram at Juju Rockstar. Tune in to learn more about her journey working in live events. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Women Advancing Live. Today, I'm joined by Justine. Hi, Justine. How's it going?
Good. Hi.
Thank you so much for taking the time to come on the podcast. I'm so excited to interview you today and get to learn more about your journey working in live events because I know you're just like kick-ass at what you do. So I can't wait to hear what you have to say and the insight you have to share. But before we go on to the interview, I have some quick icebreaker questions. So the first one I have for you is, what is a tour necessity for you? Like something personal you have to take with you on tours?
Always my cell phone. And then because I'm a complete nerd, I have a second cell phone. So just in case we need something, but literally, as you know, we're always on our phones. So I would say my cell phone and a good lanyard to hold my cell phone. I know that's great. Yeah, that's me.
Mm-hmm. And I love the little like lanyard you carry around with you with all like the little pockets and pen holders.
Yes. Like you could never have enough Sharpies and your phone always has to be on. And of course, a portable charger, because if not, you're screwed.
Exactly. All right. Next question I have is, what is a song or artist you've been putting on loop at the moment?
Oh, why would you put me on the spot like that? Oh my goodness. I think currently obsessed with everything NCT at the moment. So listen to Taeyong's last song and then just kind of going through my NCT catalog, but literally just staying there because it feels like home for right now.
Yeah, you can't ever go wrong with NCT. They have such good songs.
I know, and there's just like so much. So like if we're going to say NCT, all of them, because it's like literally rotating, all of them.
Awesome. Okay, next question I have for you is, what has been one of your favorite concerts? It could either be attended or worked.
Okay, so full disclaimer, I'm an old lady. So I've been around for a really long time. So favorite concert, I would say ever attended would be Michael Jackson. But recently, I'm going to say the entire Woods tour because my crew was amazing. Artist was amazing. Staff was amazing. So we had a really good time on that. So go Woods crew, go.
Yeah. I know that was a good crew. Everyone says that it was like such a solid crew that I'm like, you're still looking to have a good first tour, like with solid people.
Honestly, we had such a good crew. We vibed. It was great. I loved every bit of it. I'm so sad it ended, but you know.
Yeah. So many good memories on the tour. And also, when did you go see Michael Jackson?
Girl, when I was like little in elementary school, like I said, old lady, been in this business for a while. So that was my first introduction. I was like, amazing. So yeah.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Okay, that's it for the icebreaker questions. Thank you so much for answering those. So the first question of the interview is just to like give an overview of how you started and your career journey up until now.
So I would say that I am the late in life kind of starting touring, right? So I've always enjoyed music. And I've always enjoyed going to concerts. And then when I was 18, I was like, oh my God, you can do this for a job. Oh my gosh, you can produce music, produce festivals, do this. So what I've seen and heard from, the podcast and listened to everyone, I got my start like everybody else, volunteering. So volunteer at a festival, go work at a venue, go do anything that you want to do. And I would say try anything. So for me, I got my start volunteering at music festivals in Houston, and then still having a full-time job, still going to college. So it was a little bit of that. I worked for Sony Music for a little bit. They have a college music promotions program that's really good for anybody in college. It's a great start if you want to work for a label. So I did that for a while. I did record promotion, street promotion, did everything that I could, because I think it's very important to try everything. And just so you know, you may fail, but I'd rather you try, fail at it. And like, okay, I tried to be a stagehand, not for me. So that was kind of my start, volunteering at festivals, while in college. I had a full-time job and I was doing music and event stuff on the side. Then COVID came and I was like, I really want to do what I love, which is music. So I quit my full-time job in 2022 and have been touring full-time ever since. But getting my start was definitely volunteering at festivals, being guest services, box office, whatever you can find at the venue. But I tell everybody, try something. It may not be what you want, and then eventually you'll find out what makes you happy.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, because I feel like going into the industry, a lot of them don't know what these jobs are. So it's just just try everything. That's what I did. I did any gig I can get my hands on. I did catering, merch, VIP, all guest services, festivals too. So it's just just do anything.
Do anything, try anything. And then the best part of it is everything you try, you're learning a new skill. So yeah, I love it. And that's why we're great at what we do, because you can multitask. You can try this. Oh, I can do that. Let me help you with that. I can help you with that. But again, you'll find where your home is eventually.
Yeah, after trying so many things, and I enjoy a lot of it, I've come to narrow down what I truly like doing. So yeah, that's amazing. And I didn't know you were involved on the label side of music.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've done label work, promotions work, street promotions, marketing, communications, a little bit of everything. And just, again, take everything you can do with those jobs. Try it a month, 2 months, 3 months, summer stuff. And again, just figure out what you like. So I tried a little bit of all, and I'm happy where I am.
Yeah. When was the point that the idea planted in your head that I want to work in music? I want to make this my career.
Oh, very early on, when I was about 14 or 15, honestly. When I tell you I love music, I'm an audiophile, I'm a complete nerd. All my friends are DJs. We do record drops so we can name songs in 3 seconds. So always been surrounded by music, and then started going to shows at 16, 17. And then at 18, I was like, oh, let me volunteer. Let me literally ask them. I was like, hey, how can I work here? And they're like, try this. So, as a fan, if you're really wanting to do this, ask someone hey, you're doing your ticket taker. How can I work here? They'll get you the information. So I learned very early on what this is what I wanted to do, but I also realized that it may not come immediately. And I think that's what I've seen. A lot of people are getting disappointed quicker because you've been in the industry 6 months and it's not working, or you've been in the industry for a year and it's not working. I believe that you have to keep trying. And if you fail and it doesn't work, okay, fine. Pick yourself up, try a different department, try something else, but just don't ever give up.
Yeah, I totally agree. I've been working in the industry since 2018 doing concerts, and even back then it was just a side job because I still had a full-time job. I was still going to college, just how you were saying when you started out. So it took 2 years, and then COVID for me to be able to make it a full-time job once shows started coming back. But yeah, it takes a long time to get yourself established in the industry. So I know a lot of people, especially recent grads or students who are wanting to get in the industry. And I always tell them, it's please don't be hard on yourself, because it does take a while to get to a point where you're able to do this full time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Give yourself some grace. And again, I know it hurts to fail, and I know it hurts if you're not picked for a job, and I know it hurts, but just remember, pick yourself up. You can do this. If this is really what you want, focus and get it done. So just keep trying.
Exactly. Yeah. And I know with you did a career switch to doing touring full time. So how was that transition for you and getting that first tour gig?
Oh yeah, for sure. So little back thing on me, I was a librarian, a college librarian for 10 years. And everyone's like, how did you go from librarian to touring? But again, I've been doing music and festivals and volunteering and working at venues on the side. And so COVID really, really did it for me. I've been going to shows since I was 18 consistently, and then we didn't have shows for 2 years, and it broke my heart. And so I was like, okay, I love this. I want to do this. Was it absolutely scary to leave a full-time job? Absolutely. But I will say plan, save your money, and know exactly what you're trying to do. I don't ever advise anyone to quit a full-time job and just jump into it because you don't know if that's what you're going to do. But for me, I knew that I loved working in VIP. I knew I loved working in the back of house. And I got an opportunity for assistant tour manager. And at first, guess what? I thought it was a scam. Like completely, like no joke. I was like, oh, okay. Someone's offering me an assistant tour manager job. I'm scared. But took the leap of faith. It was amazing. And 2 years later, still here, still going.
Yeah, and you're kick-ass at what you do. How was like that first tour gig as a assistant TM? Did you like know what a assistant TM did, or how is that growing into that role for you?
Oh my goodness. Like going from such a big change, it was very scary. I cried my first week of tour. So please, anybody that goes on your first tour, if you cry your first week, it's okay. It's normal because you're overwhelmed. You're wanting to make sure you make a good impression. Everything is so stressful. But the transition to tour was kind of scary. But after 2 or 3 shows, I was like, oh, I love this. But I will say again, it was just scary leaving a full-time schedule, getting to be freelance, and just making sure that you're able to book tours and things like that. So it was great. How I learned, I think there was YouTube videos. Think Tour Management 101. God bless all those amazing people that put that together. I watched a couple of those, just trying to figure out, get my bearings. And then I talked to my TM, see what they expected of me. And then we dropped in and we went. And it was amazing. But again, prepare yourself. Study. If you don't know anything, YouTube is amazing. YouTube University, as I call it. Talk to your friends. Talk to venue people. Go around and ask questions. And I think what I love about this industry now is everyone's so open to share. You know, back when I first started, a lot of information was siloed. You know, there weren't a lot of women. There weren't a lot of women of color that I've seen. And so what I love about this industry now is that there are women on the road. There are women of color on the road. There are more people of color on the road. And I find that amazing. But, you know, going back to the transition, just learning what your craft is going to be, asking questions, and then don't be afraid. And if you fail, if you make a mistake, own up to it. Oh my gosh, I made this. This is wrong. I'm sorry. My apologies. How can I fix it? And I think that was the most important thing to do is don't be afraid. They hired you for a reason. You can do it. First week might be scary, and that's okay to cry. Please do. It's great. It's lethargic, but then realize that you can handle it.
Yeah, I think for me,
how was your first week of tour? Honest.
It was very tough. And I was really surprised because I was like, oh no, I've worked 80 hours a week doing shows. Like, you know, touring it won't be as bad of a transition as I thought, but it was very hard. I think it's just like with the added travel, it made it like just much more physically tiring and demanding. So I think that was for me, the part that really got me was just how I was more tired than I expected to be.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think, and that's one thing we don't think about. It's just like, travel and hopping off buses and hopping off planes and getting here in hotels. And by the time you get to your hotel, you don't want to do anything. You just want to sleep. But still more work to do depending on your position. And then you're up at 5 a.m. and going again. So I love our industry. I love what we do. I will admit, touring is not for everybody. I do advise everybody to try. But just remember, if touring's not for you, no problem. You can still go work at a venue. You can go work festivals. There's still opportunities. There are just, you have to figure out where you want to be. There's VIP, production, back of house, front of house, logistics, all these different areas that you can work in, marketing, promotions. And so just, again, just try everything and remember where you fit. But yeah, that first week of tour, exhausting. And you question yourself, do I really want to do this? You know, and then you're like, okay, put yourself together, ask for help, you know, use your tour mates and your tour family to help you. So you did amazing, by the way. I'm so very proud of you. I loved our crew. And we had such a good time.
Thank you. Yeah, it's probably the best memories working in the industry for me. And like, I love that you say that because like, you know, touring is tough. And for a lot of people that are like, that's a goal that they want to do in the industry. And like, yeah, go ahead and try it. But it definitely isn't for everyone. And it's just like, there's definitely so many other aspects you can do. Like, I know a lot of people work at venues and they're like, I never want to touch touring.
Yeah, and that's good. And I love my venue peeps. I used to work at a venue back home for a while, and it's like I love my venue family, and it's amazing. You get to see the same faces, still help produce a show, and it's amazing. Like a friend of mine just got a stage manager job. So again, it's just wherever you want to be, and again, don't be afraid to try everything.
Yeah, and for you, like, how was it like, being on the road, and what did you do to prioritize your well-being? Because like you said, the schedule can be pretty brutal.
Ooh, good question. So I will admit, on my first tour, no, my second tour, which was CIX, I was assistant tour manager / VIP manager / backstage manager. And when I tell you I almost died because I didn't prioritize myself. I was making sure everything was done. Literally had a chest infection for 3 weeks. I think I had bronchitis, but again, tour doesn't stop. I don't want to let anybody down. So that was a great tour. Fans were happy. Everybody was happy, but I was miserable. And so what I realized from that tour is that I have to protect my physical health and my mental health. So what I've been doing since then is on my days off, taking some time for myself. During the day, do my work, but also go disappear for 5, 10, 15 minutes. Like, I'll be back, guys. I need to go take a mental break. And I think that's important. Talking with your family and friends, because it gets so lonely on the road, especially if you're out with a bunch of strangers. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, make friends with your new tour family. And again, there's always someone there for you to lean on, cry, do what you have to do. But at all points, you have to protect your mental health, because if mentally you're not healthy, then, we can't expect you to do a good job or perform well. And at the end of the day, I want to make sure that I'm taken care of and that the people around me are taken care of. So I'll be like, Lisa, go take a break. Kina, go take a break. Whoever's around me, go relax. Go take 15 minutes, because we're always working and someone's always going to ask something of you. But again, take time for breaks. Talk to your family, talk to your friends. Do whatever you need to do to protect your mental health, because this industry is hard. We work for a big giant machine that keeps going, even if we're not ready. And the show's going to go on. But we want to make sure that we're all healthy and happy to keep going on with the show.
Yeah, and taking even a short break is so nice. I think for me, because we're stuck in a venue all day, like even taking 5 minutes to go out and get a fresh breath of air, like that's really relieving for me. So I think just doing whatever you can to unwind, even if it is for a few minutes, can benefit you.
Oh my gosh, yes. Taking a 5 to 15 minute mental health break, like, get your friend, we'll be back. We're going to walk for Starbucks. We're going to walk around the block. We'll be right back. All our work is done. Just make sure you check in and then go take a break. And that's okay. And at the end of the day, mentally, I want to be happy, because a happy me makes for a better day, and so a happier you makes for a better day and a happier tour and everything. So at the end of the day, take mental breaks, take some time, walk away if you need to, talk to your friends, talk to your family, stay grounded. Whatever keeps you grounded, stay grounded, because this industry will eat you up if you let it.
Yeah. And I know with you juggle so many responsibilities. Like, what would you say are like some of the main responsibilities you do as like a assistant tour manager?
So assistant tour manager or tour manager assistant, the name changes, but I go by assistant tour manager. So as assistant tour manager, what I do is, of course, support the tour manager, making sure that, of course, ground transportation is there. If we have any issues with hotels, we'll kind of handle that. At venues, depending on the role, I'm making sure that backstage is taken care of, making sure the crew eats, making sure things are running on time. So for me as assistant TM, I go in early, first one's in, last one's out. But again, just trying to make sure that overall everyone is taken care of. So making sure transportation's on time, meals are on time, backstage is on time, anything needs. And I think for me, I call myself tour aunt or tour mom or whatever it is, depending on the age. Usually I'm older, but I just want to make sure everybody's taken care of. And I'm going to check on you. Lisa, you doing okay? Do you need anything? Did you eat today? And so I think for me, that's why I love my job, because I get to take care of people, making sure management's okay, making sure VIP is okay, making sure back of house is okay. And I think for me, I'm kind of like the big aunt, making sure everybody's taken care of. Meals, rides, flights, this, that, VIP, merch, everybody's taken care of. And I think that's my overall role. And that's why I love it, because I love taking care of people.
Yeah. And you're just like, you just have this like such warm energy. Like working with Justine, yeah, she's the best.
You know, it's kind of cool though, because I also flip between assistant tour manager and VIP manager. And so imagine doing all that for assistant TM and then also flipping it and advancing the VIP, making sure the VIP area is set up, helping get the girls and the kids checked in, making sure they have a good experience, taking care of their customer service issues. And then after the show, making sure everything is great. And so when I say I really love my job, I really love my job. There are days when we do 16 hours and I'm on 2 hours of sleep, but making sure my crew is happy, making sure my VIP guests are happy, making sure the artists are happy and everybody's having a great time, I'm good. I can go without sleep, but just making sure that we had a good day and everybody's taken care of. So that's like my favorite part.
Yeah, when you do such a great job at it. So what would a typical day for you look like on a show day? Like you load in and how does that schedule look like?
Let's see. So we'll go off our last tour. So based off the last tour, we're dropping in early. Me and the backstage crew will go around and do dressing rooms, making sure the dressing rooms are all set, signage, and then we move straight into like lunches. But during lunches, we're making sure that everybody's meals are taken care of, both teams. While we're doing that, we're still looking up, taking care of runners and making sure dry cleaning and wardrobe and back of house. And oh my gosh, there's so much. So I guess a typical day for me is just kind of checking through a checklist, making sure, okay, backstage is done, dressing room is done, da-da-da. Okay, Lisa, what do you need? What do you need help with? Cool, helping you, helping whomever. And I think for me, I do like 30,000 steps a day, but again, I love it because I'm just making sure that everything's okay. Production, you guys okay? Do you need anything? Quick change booth, meals, lunch, VIP, this. And so once we start moving to showtime, okay, making sure we're set for the next day. What do we need? Making sure everything's in place. So for me, going through my checklist, making sure everybody's okay, making sure nothing's missing, that's my typical day. And then if I'm doing VIP, going through that portion as well. But I think for me, it's just making sure that everyone is on task, kind of like a project manager, I think. I think it's why it really works for me because I love project management. It's making everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. If there's any issues, run into the TM, run into management and see if anything needs any help.
Yeah, man, that's so much and gotta be like a master multitasker.
And I think that's why it works. Like I feel crazy when I'm just doing one thing and then I get bored. So I was like, okay, what do you need help with? Let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you. So hopefully I'm doing a good job and hopefully my crew is happy. And again, at the end of the day, that's all I can ever imagine. My crew is happy, artists happy, and then when my VIPs, want to make sure my VIP babies are taken care of at all times.
Yeah. So what are the skills you think would be helpful for someone who wants to pursue this role?
So for assistant TM, and I think any back of house position, you have to have some type of customer service. Right? I know it's crazy because we're not talking to a customer, but everyone we talk to, venue staff, management, everybody's going to be our customer. So I think for this type of role, you have to be service oriented, and not everybody wants to take orders or everyone wants to, service people. But I think that's what we do backstage, and assistant TM and VIP is, again, always being of service. So customer service background, organization, most definitely, desire. Like we've all been in jobs where we're doing it and we don't really want to. If you don't really want to do this job, then don't. I know this sounds crazy. I know it sounds harsh, but it's true. Find a job that you love. And then once you love it, it goes like a dream. But organization, customer service skills. So fun fact, I'm kind of an introvert, but you have to be able to turn it on. Always be able to turn it on and be willing to help. And I think that is super important. Of course, office skills. Please, you have to type. I know everyone knows how to type on a phone, but please use your laptops, ladies and gentlemen. Use your computers. It's amazing. General office skills, time management skills, most definitely time management skills.
Definitely bring a laptop with you if you're on tour because you always need one.
Oh my gosh. Bring your laptop. Always have your charger and a portable charger bank for everything, please.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, customer service I think is like super huge because like you said, not the like typical what you picture customer service job to be, but you're still there to cater to people's needs and you still have to like be nice to people. And I know on tour you probably visit a lot of the same venues, so it's just like you want to like establish good relationships and build good rapport with the people that you come across with. So customer service, obviously for like the artists in your crew, but just like the locals and like anyone.
And at the end of the day, just be kind. And I think that's like, for me, again, why I love my job, because I'm just always able to talk to people. And again, just helping. And at the end of the day, I just want to help you. Are you okay? Is everything okay? You need anything? Let me know. That's me all day, every day.
Yeah, we love a good tour aunt that checks on people. And what else? Oh yeah, it surprises me anytime I'm working shows locally and I meet people and some of them even say is like, I hate my job. It's like, why are you doing the job? Like you were saying, it's like, don't do the job if you don't like it.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Again, a lot of people in our industry want to tour. Touring is not for everybody. It's hell on your body. It's hell on your mind. But again, you have to push through it if that's what you really want. And again, working locally, you have these tours come by. Not everybody's meant to be on tour. Not everyone talks to the touring crew nicely. And it makes you not want to go there anymore. And it makes you not want to do your job. So at the end of the day, if I'm visiting someone's home, that's because that's their home. I want to be kind and I want to be personable and I want to be like telling everyone thank you. And it's just the little things like that. But at the end of the day, I think it's really about customer service and serving and making sure that the people around you are okay. And that's what my job is, to make sure everybody's okay.
Yeah, definitely. And like overall, your time in the industry, have you ever experienced any like big challenges working in live events, and what did you do to overcome those challenges?
Wow. Yes, absolutely. So when I first started, I felt, what is the word? Incompetent, because when you're working with some people and you're just starting in entry level and you don't really know everything. So it makes you feel some kind of way. But then you take that feeling and then, okay, well, again, this may not be the job for me. Again, I tried to be a stagehand. No, not for me. So I felt weird. I felt like I failed. And so that was hard for me. But then I have to realize that, okay, maybe may not be for me. Let me go work at box office. Let me go try guest services. One thing I know, Justine doesn't do production. You guys have fun at production managers, because production world, I don't know anything. Hi, guys. Have a great time. Back of house is where I'll stay. You know what I mean? And so it was just like, just trying to figure out, where you fit. And then figure out where you fit. You run into challenges all the time. People are being mean to you. Venue people are mean to you. Touring crew are mean to you. Everyone can be mean to you, but you have to realize you can't take it personal, because it's business and we're all strapped for time. So again, that's what we kind of have to realize. If someone's snapping at you or someone's yelling at you, please don't try to take it personal. And if it is personal, please make sure you run up to the chain of command and say, okay, this makes me feel uncomfortable. And I think that's another thing we have to be comfortable with speaking out. Like with challenges and feeling uncomfortable, please make sure you tell someone. If you're at a venue or if you're on tour, talk to your TM, talk to your venue person. Like, I don't feel comfortable with what's happening right now in my position, and then work it out. But again, in this industry, being in it for so long, 20 plus years, it's evolving, which is great. But again, there are challenges of, feeling incompetent, not knowing what you're doing, feeling like this isn't for you. But again, just keep going. And I think at the end of the day, take every bit of criticism, learn from it, and keep going. Again, I think I'm great at my job. Have I messed up? Absolutely. But I owned up to my messing up. I forgot to do a check-in location, or I forgot to bring enough merch for VIP, or lunch orders aren't correct. Own up to it. But again, challenges, making sure that you're feeling okay. And I think that's one big challenge about this industry, is that this industry will make you feel small, because you may not know, because there are people doing it for 20 years, and take those challenges and learn from it.
God, I definitely, especially starting out, have related to feeling that way. And it's just like, it's kind of crazy looking back. And I feel more confident in myself and my position where I am now. But it's just like, why am I comparing myself to people who have been doing this for like 10 plus years?
Absolutely. And I think that is the hard part, because let's be honest, we see on social media and we see everyone on the road and we see all the pictures and we see all this, but we never see the hard work that went into it, right? And then you never see the failures that happened before that. And so you have to remember that we're going to feel incompetent. Like, it's 2024, and sometimes I'm just like, man, I'm never going to get a job. No one's going to hire me. it happens. That's just real life. But at the same time, you have to be confident in your work, and if you're not confident, keep learning. While I'm not on tour, I'm on YouTube learning about different departments, learning about different things, going to shows, again, still asking questions. And I think that's the key. Don't give up. Don't give up. If you're going to feel small today, tomorrow's a brand new day. Let's put on our big girl panties and we're going to keep on going. But again, don't let the criticism, don't let seeing what other people do and are doing distract you or make you feel bad about where you are in life. Because again, I think I'm a good example of not starting it at the beginning of my career. I took 20 years to get here, but again, it was just gradual, step by step, volunteering, working at a venue, working as a VIP assistant. But I worked for a VIP assistant for 4 years, sometimes coming out of my own pocket to do multiple shows to show that I'm, willing to do this. And so again, just keep on trying and keep on going. There are days when you'll feel inadequate. Absolutely. There are days when you'll cry. Absolutely. But then you'll call your friends, call your family, and they're like, oh, it's okay. That person's not a good person. You know what I mean? Because we know those people. And you just keep on going. But I just tell everybody, please don't give up. There are so many amazing, beautiful humans out there that want to be in this industry, and try. Please try. Because you never know what you're going to bring to the table.
Yeah, and there's enough space for everyone in this industry.
Absolutely. I want to see more of us out there. I want to see more women on the road. I want to see more women of color on the road. It's an amazing space and we deserve to be there.
Yeah, exactly. And I think just like kind of going back with comparing yourself to other people, it's just like everyone's journey is like unique. There's no clear-cut way of like becoming like a tour manager or VIP manager. Like you were saying, most people just share their successes. And I feel like behind a lot of successes, there's a lot of failure. So not being hard on yourself if you ever do experience quote unquote a failure, like it takes a while to, get to where you want to be. It's just like, don't give up too easy, because this is one of those industries that definitely you have to have like a lot of perseverance and be persistent with the work to become established.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, this industry will eat you alive if you let it. It'll make you feel really bad about yourself. It'll make you feel less confident in your skills. But what you have to remember is that if you're feeling that way, think about it. Kind of go through a checklist. Is this position what I really want to do? And if so, what else can I learn to help me be better at that position? Right? Because I'll run into fans and like, oh, how can I get into what you do? I tell everybody, and I'm going to tell everybody, start at the venue first. Start as that ticket taker. Start as that usher. Start in guest services, because you never know who you'll meet. You'll never know if they'll ask you and they might hiring for backstage, or they're hiring for a box office, or if food and beverage is your thing, or marketing. So again, it's a good step in to work at a venue and guest service. It's all like, oh, and people are like, I don't want to scan tickets. It's a start. Every tour manager doesn't jump straight into tour managing. They've done everything before. Every assistant tour manager doesn't jump into there. VIP managers started as assistants and everything else. Production managers started out as runners and everything else. So just keep trying. And again, you're having those days when you're not feeling so good, that's okay. Because every day you don't have to be okay, but talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your support, reach out to someone, feel free, talk to me. I'm good. I'm always down to talk to my friends and help my babies out. You know what I mean? Because again, I'm the older sister of the bunch. And, I think that's why I'm here. Like, seriously, I've always realized that I want to do something to help people. And I think this is my way to help people. I'm in the industry that we all love, but I want to be a vessel. And I want to help people get to where they want to go. And I think that's like my thing.
Yeah. And getting your foot in the door any way you can. That's what I tell people too. Like, it might not sound lucrative, like, scanning tickets or whatever other entry level role, but it's just like, this is not something you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. This is a starting point, just get your foot in the door however you can. And just know, like, yeah, you might be doing something you might not enjoy, but you're not going to be stuck doing that role forever. And you never know, it can lead you to so many different avenues. And that's how a lot of people get their start. And I love that you make that point of like, like a PM started out as a runner and so. Like, that's how it goes for a lot of roles. And I think that's an expectation that a lot of people are not aware of.
Yeah. And I think what actually makes it more interesting now is that in 2024, there's so many resources. There's the internet and you can find out everything, and you can actually like reach out to smaller individuals and I'm like, hi, I do VIP. Can I do VIP for you? And, if they answer you, cool. You never know what you're going to get. But I think what's so exciting now is there's so many avenues to find a way to get into the industry now. Back in the day when I was starting out, you had to go to a show. You had to talk to somebody. But now there's social media, connecting on LinkedIn, connecting on, Instagram, and just, talking to someone at a show. And again, I think we can't be afraid to talk to people. Again, I'm an introvert to my heart and I get scared talking out loud sometimes. But, if this is what I want, but like, hey, Lisa, how are you? How'd you get your start? Can you help me out? And that's okay. And, there'll be times where I'm busy right now, but call me later. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why, this industry is great now, because there's a lot of us that are willing to share and not silo the information. But don't be afraid and start anywhere. Try everything.
Yep, definitely. And I guess that kind of like goes into my next question is like, what advice would you have for others who are looking to work in like the live event industry?
Honestly, try everything. Seriously. Like, I have people always coming to me. It's like, I want to work as a VIP manager. Okay, great. VIP looks great. There's a lot of work that goes into it. A lot of work, a lot of customer service, a lot of hand holding, but again, just try everything. I would say, look for volunteering opportunities. Yes, I know it's 2024. Yes, I know life is expensive. I understand that a lot of people don't want to work for free. But if that's the only opportunity in that area, would you want to really miss that opportunity to work just because it's a day without pay? And I get it. I still volunteer sometimes, I still work as a local sometimes, but I would say try everything. Try volunteer opportunities. Look at all the festivals. They're usually hiring for volunteers or for guest services. Look at your venue. If you want to work at a label, contact the labels. Look for internships, externships. So there's a lot of things that are available now. I saw that Live Nation is doing summer interns, Spotify, all these things that weren't available to me when I was coming are available. You just have to keep looking. Go on LinkedIn. They're hiring for interns everywhere. Stay on your social media, stay online, and keep abreast of the information in your industry. If you're wanting to do production, stay in that world. Subscribe to newsletters. Go online. Go to panels. Go to webinars. Join groups, women in music, all these different organizations that are going to be networking opportunities. That's the one thing about this industry. It is based on experience, your work ethic, word of mouth, and networking. So as long as you get your foot in the door and keep trying, eventually, if you're really good and keep pushing, you can get somewhere. So just start that way.
Yeah, definitely keeping an online presence. It's like music business is like so big on online presence, and especially Instagram. I was so surprised that like Instagram is kind of technically a business card for people who work in music. So it's just like, yeah, trying to keep that presence online and keeping up to date with opportunities.
For sure. And I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, I hate LinkedIn. But LinkedIn is amazing, especially for our network. Again, I've just randomly find someone's like, oh yeah, can I connect with you? Can I connect with other tour managers, other assistant TMs? So because you never know if they're going to need something, or you never know what you're going to learn, if they're going to send you a link to a great panel. And so I think we can't be afraid of networking. We can't be afraid of putting ourselves out there. And I think that's the hard part, because for one job, there's like 100 people going for that job, and so how do you make yourself stand out? Oh, I met you from LinkedIn. I've actually had that happen before. It's like, oh, we've connected on LinkedIn. Nice to finally meet you. Oh, we've connected on Instagram. Nice to finally meet you. So again, just keep putting yourself out there, keep connecting. I literally log into LinkedIn every day and I just look and I'm like, oh, yay, someone got a job at a venue. Yay, congratulations. Or someone got promoted, or someone's hiring for this, and I'll share it with somebody. But it's such a wealth of information, especially if you start, coordinating your connections to your industry. It's amazing what you can find. I've helped people get jobs, found a little part-time job myself that way. But again, it's just like great ways to connect and get more skills.
Yeah, and LinkedIn is so much fun in my opinion. Even if I don't like actively network, I like being on there. And I think I did connect with you over Instagram first.
I think so too. Yeah, I think I connected with more people on Instagram first before I met in person. So I love that.
Yeah, so definitely really important to establish those social media accounts. So I think this is going to be the last question. Can you share a moment of like a professional triumph that you've had that's been significant in your career journey?
Ooh, good question. Okay, so it's kind of a two-parter. So I guess my major triumph for me was actually landing my first assistant tour manager gig with Card. And again, had no thoughts that I wanted to be assistant tour manager. I thought VIP was it for me. But then getting that opportunity and crushing it, and it was fantastic. My first tour was amazing. And then the second part again of that is when they asked me to be their assistant tour manager again for their second tour in 2023. And so that was a full circle moment for me, because it was just like, oh, I did it once. Oh, they want me back. So seeing my baby's Card again, taking care of them, making sure they had their second tour, that was such a triumph for me, because it was like, oh, I did a good job. They want me to come back. So for me, that was really amazing. So proud of those kids, want them to succeed. And the fact that I'm able to help them have shows and things like that, that was fantastic. So full circle moment that when you know you did a good job, the tour asks you back and management asks you back. So that was fantastic for me.
Yeah, I know. That's such a good feeling.
I know. And they're like, yeah, Card wants you back. And I'm like, really? Yes. I was so proud. I was like, oh, they want me back. I get to see my crew again. So it was amazing.
Oh, I love that. And I know you love them so much. And I know you probably have so many great memories from both those tours.
Oh my God, they were my first. So literally they're like my babies. And I want to take care of them forever. So anytime they tour, I want to take care of them. So
yeah, it makes me so happy to hear and see everything that you've accomplished. I know so many more great things are in store for you. You're just awesome at what you do.
oh no, stop it. No, thank you so much for saying that, because in this industry there's a lot of people that just go and put their heads down, and this is a thankless industry. Let's just be honest, because sometimes you'll put your blood, sweat, and tears, lots of tears sometimes, into this, and you'll never get a thank you, or you never get a good job. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. And you know me, I tell it like it is. If you're doing a good job, I'll tell you, and if you're not, I'll tell you in the nicest way possible. But thank you for that. And I just want to tell you that I'm proud of you for everything you've done. You did amazing. We're on tour, but thank you for those kind words, because again, this is a thankless industry, and the fact that people see you, people see me, people see that we're doing a good job is amazing.
Yeah, truly. And thank you for those kind words. But also too, just being able to have those people that you can rely on is super important. So I'm glad to have you in my support system.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that I'm here, because again, I look at all of you all as your older sister, and I want nothing but the best for you, because you guys are so talented in what you do, in every aspect. And I just want to make sure that you guys are happy, make sure you're taking care of your mental health, but also making sure that you're pursuing the right place that you want to go in this industry. But again, try whatever you want, but I'm so proud of all of you. So.
Well, thank you so much again, Justine, for taking the time to come on the podcast. All the knowledge and insight that you shared today, it was just so, even to me, very inspiring. So thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye, Justine.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Women Advancing Live. If you enjoyed the conversation, make sure to rate the podcast and give us a follow. You can also check out our Instagram at Women Advancing Live and our website www.womenadvancinglive.com to stay updated with all news and content. Also, make sure to follow Justine over on Instagram at JujuRockstar. That's it for today. See you down the road.